Welcome, I'm Rob. You join me at another new track for the channel. This one is electric karting at TeamSport Eastleigh, the second of the two tracks I visited whilst recently on holiday in the New Forest. This one I pre-planned a little better and was able to get out for the Monday night members only 3-2 session. I've driven the electric karts before at Preston, but I didn't really get a good run due to usual weekend session issues. Being a members night, I should now get some clear running and get a feel for what these electric karts can actually do. At the same though is August, so I should try and make sure I stay away from anyone who's trying to set their qualifying to the IKC. I don't want to be responsible for anyone getting held up. As with some other tracks that I've recently visited, I'm not 100% sure where the loop actually runs from. Where I've set the lap markers is definitely not right as just line over at all, but most do, so it's close enough. Just over 30 seconds. It's a nice and fun track with a few areas that are a great opportunity for overtaking. This is the first session though, so I'm just trying to get I'll end up experimenting on a few corners, seeing if an unusual line might work out better. I'll also be trying to keep up with anyone who comes flying past. This track was fairly reverted to electric, new car, and working boost. We're already a better part than parts to press. The car ahead hit the next cart along, and I've caught the back of them. I've immediately pulled wide to get out of the way of anyone behind me. There was no one there though. It doesn't light up, but it does work. I have been caught now, so I back off and wait them through. I'll see if I can learn anything. Partway through the lap and we are shown the yellow flags. Someone is facing the wrong way at this hairpin. It's an easy enough mistake to make. Someone is facing the wrong way at this hairpin. It's an easy enough mistake to make. Well, I guess I deserved that one. The track was clear, so I tried to recover myself, but I wasn't able to get quite enough clearance. Well, that was a little embarrassing, but we're good now. He did it again. I guess I was braking on the metal strip rather than just before or after, which was causing the rear wheels to lock up. I've got an idea of the grip that is available on the upstairs wooden section, but I'm still experimenting on this concrete. This final hairpin is tricky. Right on the apex you've got paint from the old track layouts, which is super slippery. This lap it sent me into the pit exit barrier. I'm just letting a few faster drivers through. As I said, I don't want to be holding anyone up. That's the pit exit barrier again for me. The slippery paint put the kart into a slide and sends it towards the barrier. Still, that lap was actually a new PB. This time is starting to come down as I get to grips with it. Two laps later, another PB. There is still plenty of time to find. I'm running very wide around the top section where I'm using the boost button, but for now, I've waved him through and then nearly taken him out for good measure. Whoops. I seem to be able to keep up with Kart 18, it's time to see if I can copy what he's doing. Yep, that's another improved time, nearly a 32-second lap. Unfortunately, it's those yellow flags again now though. And we start the next lap under yellows too. It's quite annoying when that happens, to be honest. Yep, I'm all over the back of him. Having learnt what I could, I'm now going quicker in Kart 18. I'm trying to work out where to optimally use the boost button to make a move. I'll just let the two faster karts show me instead. But there was no room for improvement. That's the end of this session and I'm all the way down in 10th place. I'm happy with that though. I'd have been concerned if I was much further up the timing. I learnt a lot in that session. I really wish I had a way to review the footage on a large screen and I feel I'd be able to better improve. Instead, I tried to watch a few laps on my phone and see if there is anything major that I can spot. So with the break over, it's now time for session 2. The aim for this one then is a simple one, a 32-second lap. Again, I remind you, I'm not 100% sure where the timing loop is on this track. I've put the overlay at a point on the track where I can get it the same each time. It's definitely not right and in fact is even worse in this session than the previous one, for some reason. I don't think I actually meant to run deep there. It looks like I actually locked the brakes and rolled off in order to prevent the slide instead. Right, fast car, let's follow. Looks like I might need to think about passing soon. These two were fighting for most of the lap, so let's see how quickly he pulls away now that he's finally through. Well, he didn't exactly pull away from me, but it looks like a bit of a train ahead, so it might be an issue.
Too slowly.
Despite going deep into the hairpin at the bottom of that ramp, I've completed my first 32-second lap. The train was going fairly well with no one really getting held up, until now. Just as I was starting to get concerned that I might get held up by cart number 2, I get gifted the position. I'm here to try out the track, not for a track record. I'm quite happy to sit behind and watch all this battling. And let the faster drivers through, of course. I took a couple of looks at Kart 28, but I was unable to find what to get past. Another fast driver caught up, so I waved them through too. And another. There is a gap behind me now though, so no need to watch for catching karts. Let's try and follow this one. I didn't quite keep up, but I found another 0.4 of a second there. Now it's down to less than 32.5. I had to lift slightly right at the end there, with kart 28 being in the barrier. I don't think I would have been any quicker, but it looked quite close. And out comes the old friend, the yellow flag. It's only for a quick one though. It's not the tidiest of laps, but it's come down ever so slightly more. I found a few hundredths of a second on that lap. Bottom of the ramp and the yellow flag reappears. I thought for the end of the session, but no, there's a facing into the barrier on the final hairpin. We did return to greens very briefly on this lap, but only to return to yellows as it was the end of this session. That is a nice improvement over the first one, and I've tightened up some of those sloppy areas. I'm 10th fastest once again, with the fastest lap times ranging from 33.1 to 33.5, so I'm quite happy with where I am, roughly in the middle there. We've got the one to go though. Can I see the same sort of improvement? My timing overlay lined up a little better on this session, but once again, it certainly isn't in the right place. A 34.7 for our first time lap. It's okay. One good thing about these electric karts is you haven't got to worry too much about which one you get. They all seem to perform about the same. I suppose tyre pressures could be different, or a bent or broken chassis, but that's about it. And you tend to notice something like that pretty quickly. At least these karts are new, so maybe the batteries are still very good. Very messy in that final corner there. I came out of the pits towards the front of the pack, so I'm once again letting those faster drivers come on through. This hairpin does seem to catch people out. I'm glad I wasn't the only. Kart 26 gets a bit of a slide on the exit. I get alongside, but he's back on the power and retains his position. I end up losing the position as a Kart 26 slid again right in front of me at the final hairpin. Kart 36 has got past now after being held up a bit. I'm unable to follow him through, so I need to find my own way. He had a slide, so I jumped on that boost button and out-dragged him up the inside towards the ramp. The lap times are slowly making their way back down now that I've got some clear track. I can do with a fast ride though. Ah, there's one. That worked! It's down to a 32.2 now. Surely I can get a 31-second lap on this session. Oh, that was close. A 32.065. Looks like there are quite a few karts ahead though. This could be an issue.
Too early an apex there.
That sounded like I was telling myself off for pressing the boost button too early there. I probably sent myself towards the barriers unnecessarily. No real guide for me to follow now, and I'm still mastering low 32s on a clear track. And a 32.0, I found a flow, finally. Another fast boy comes through. And there it is, that 31-second lap. It was worth letting him through. I was able to follow him quite well. And that's quicker again, a 31.5-second lap. I'm really happy with that. It looks like we've caught a couple of karts now though, so we'll have to see how the lap times do get affected. Kart 30 didn't want to get involved with the traffic and just left the track. You can tell I've lost my guide, I've dropped back to those 32-second laps. Maybe I don't need a fast kart, but I could do with getting past this one. Just about saw him coming through. And that's it. My time at Eastleigh is up. My time in the New Forest is also up. I was due to travel back the day after this. I'm happy with my improvement over this 45 minutes that I've spent on this track. Just over half a second improvement between sessions 1 and 2, and nearly a further second found on this final session. Once again, I'm in 10th place, but there wasn't such a big range on the times. The fastest was a 31.0 and the slowest 32.6. That's pretty cool. When I'm making a one-off visit to tracks like this and Gosport, I'm not really worried about my lap time. I'm just there to experience the track and the karts. I still prefer the petrol karts, but this time the electrics worked better for me than at Preston. I still had fun, and that's the important part. As always, thank you so much for joining me on my go-karting adventures. If you've enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Give it a thumbs up, leave some feedback down below in the comments. I've recently launched channel membership. Just your opportunity to support me, but please only if you can. There should be a join button just below the video somewhere for you to click on. That magic 1,000 subscriber mark is rapidly approaching, so thank you to everyone who has subscribed and keeps coming back for more. We are back to Sheffield next week for a club members event. My summer tour is over, and I'm now back to releasing videos in the order they were actually filmed.